Hello! Good morning!
Morning.
We were at a chamber event yesterday and we were told that we have fans. Every morning, Crystal looks at our live. So, hello, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
That's really, really awesome. And it pays off to be consistent with something. And yes, going live is a little frightening, but you get better over time, right?
That's right.
I mean, just be relaxed. What's the worst thing that can happen? You can ridicule yourself in front of the world.
It's true.
All right. Well, we have an interesting topic today, giving a guarantee for your work. And I have to say, I consume a lot of books about business, a lot of courses around business. And most recently, I have read about a guarantee in 3 different books. Now, Andrea came to me and said, "Hey, I did some research." And little did I know that she already knew all about guarantees and how that impacts your business. So, Andrea, what did you find?
Yeah, so I found that a guarantee is one of the elements of your marketing strategy that you should have. And we talked about some of the other ones earlier this week, which were defining your target market. That would be your, like, the list that you make, having the things that set you apart, your three uniques, having what else did we talk about? Putting my own self on the
Yeah,
spot.
I think that was it. That was it.
Surely there must have been another thing. But in any case, now we talk about the kind of the final thing, which is the guarantee.
Mhm.
And one of the examples that was used by Gino Wickman is about Federal Express, what they do with overnight delivery, which is when it absolutely positively has to be there, it gets there overnight or it's free. And then Domino's did the same with their pizza delivery. It's 30 minutes or it's free. And I think it's very clear what the people expect. They expect their food to get there on time. They expect for
Mhm.
their package to get there on time. And having that guarantee just gives them that sense of security that that you will deliver. So that's, yeah, I mean, it seems kind of obvious, but it's an opportunity to pinpoint an industry-wide problem. So
Mhm.
you take a problem, you find a way to solve it, and then you determine what your customers can count on from you. And yeah, that's how you close business deals too.
So, since we focus on healthcare professionals, what kind of guarantee can they give? What is the pain point that most of the patients have? And what do we see as potential guarantees that healthcare professionals can give?
Yeah, so in some cases, it's it's not really possible to give a guarantee. Like, I can't guarantee that your foot's gonna heal up in like 24 hours or it's free. Like, it doesn't make sense. But you can have like a pledge, a commitment, or a promise, and that seems to help people also understand that you're willing to help put their mind at ease by guaranteeing what you offer, like that service to them.
Mhm. Well, I will say while you can't always guarantee the result, because we're in the same boat here in marketing, whenever we do marketing, it's not always possible to guarantee the customer that they will have X amount of leads. There's just so much that goes into that. We can give as many leads as possible, but if the salespeople don't convert them, there's just so many elements. But
Goodness.
but we can, I will say we can offer a guarantee around the ancillary kind of services and situations and about how, let's say, the quality of the how the service is rendered, right? For example, healthcare professionals guarantee that you will never wait longer than 15 minutes in the waiting room, for example. Guarantee that we will get back to you within a certain time.
Yeah.
Guarantee that we will not make you fill out the intake form 50 times, right?
Mhm.
Things like that can also go a long way. Now, I have thought about what kind of guarantees do we give as Shanks?
Mhm.
And when it comes to work, as I mentioned earlier, where it's really not possible for us to guarantee that you will have 5 more customers next week.
Yeah.
But what we can guarantee, the way we show that we are very confident in what we're doing, is that we don't lock people into long-term contracts, which is very common in our industry, that you're bound for a year even if it's not working, right? And with Shanks, we don't like to work like that. If you want to part ways, and because you're not happy with what we're doing, then we have never held anyone back to do so. Okay. It's typically a sign that something is not right. And maybe the services are great, but the relationship between the two parties doesn't work.
Yeah. And I just remembered what I forgot, by the way. It was your proven process. So there's a lot of reasons why sometimes the guarantee doesn't actually come to fruition, and sometimes it's nothing to do with your marketing agency. It's the client not having a process put in place, and the services aren't. I mean, we really do strongly believe in the business of every client that we take on, or we wouldn't take their business.
Hmm.
So, but what we found is sometimes things don't always translate. So you have your marketing team coming up with ideas and this and that, and it just doesn't always get down to the people in the front lines. So they're maybe collecting payment or they're doing customer service, and it really kind of sucks when you find out that people's customer service sucks, because if you don't have good customer service, how can you retain loyalty and how can you grow your business in that way? So
Hmm.
there's some other things to keep in mind, which is another reason why we can't guarantee you X, Y, or Z, because we don't always know what the process is, if it's being executed in the way that we've talked about or not. But I kind of got on a roll there. Bring us back. Bring us back.
Yeah, Andrea. You make it sound so. Here's the thing. I do want to touch on something very important. Is that when you work with a marketing agency, whether that is us or another one, please understand that there are so many different steps in that journey from lead to closing. And what we have identified so often, times and times again, as a huge weakness, is at the moment where we kind of provide the lead. That means someone calls you, someone fills out a chat or web form. Well, now the work begins, right? If you don't have someone knowledgeable and passionate with great customer service, who answers the questions, who closes, who follows up, well, then you're throwing out money of the window. And what we very often do, and this is a great tip, by the way, is we set up call tracking and call recording. How often have you heard this call is being monitored for quality assurance? Well, this is super important, because very often the CEO, the boss, or the investor, whatever you want to call the person, they have no idea that they have someone at the front desk sitting and being bored and wanting to get people off the phone, right? So I think it is our job too to help you identify that, and we can do that, by the way. Now, let's. Do you have any final thoughts on that? Because I want to talk about the guarantee in our course.
No, I just want to say that it is very important. It's almost the most important element, because you go through all of these you go through this marketing strategy with your heart invested in everything that you do as a business, as an owner, as a doctor, as whatever your profession is. And to find out that it's not being executed in the way that you envisioned, and with all of the money you're talking about throwing at it, it just really
Hmm.
sucks. So just pay attention and use the tools that we offer, because we have quite a bit of experience in that, to figure out what's really going on, what the real process is. So you have your proven process that you're promoting and your guarantee, and we have the actual results of what you do. We can measure that quite
Hmm.
easily.
All right. So for those who just joined in, here's what we guarantee. We guarantee that we track metrics that will improve over time. And we guarantee to you that if you decide, hey, this is not working, we don't lock you into contracts. Nobody's going to stay working with us who doesn't like that. Okay. But I want to switch over to a course for healthcare professionals, a course that I offer. If you want to find out more about that, 3 easy ways how you can market yourself as a healthcare professional, you got to show up for a live mastermind. And that happens on, Andrea, are you leaving? Don't hit the red button, Andrea. All right. We'll see you on Monday, Andrea. Bye-bye. So, as I said, 3 easy ways for you as a healthcare professional to market yourself. You have to RSVP every Tuesday. We had to change it to Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time live. Okay, go to shanks.healthcare to find that out. And the guarantee I'm giving in that course is that if you take the course and you apply everything and you're not happy, you're not getting results, you will get a refund of the entire fee. And I decided I'll give you an inconvenience fee. Okay, I'll pay $500 just for the inconvenience you had of dealing with it. But that, in order to find out what I'm talking about, shanks.healthcare. Okay, so in order to recap why a guarantee is so powerful, a guarantee addresses a pain point in an industry or a product. Okay, and if you know this is something that consistently goes wrong, you can put people's mind at ease. Just for example, like with Starbucks, we make it right every time. If you get your drink, it didn't come out how you wanted, you know that they will always make it right for free, right? You know that. And that makes you go there. It makes you feel safe. Okay, great. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about before I release you into your almost weekend is June 2nd. We have a very important meeting that you should attend if you're interested in healthcare, either as an employer, as a consumer, or as a provider. What we will talk about is alternative ways to make sure healthcare is affordable and fair. Okay, this is an online meeting, virtual, June 2nd, 7 p.m. Central Time. And I need you to go to sanantoniofmma.org. We have an amazing speaker, Dr. Phil Askew, who is a JD MBA DO. Okay, I only have 1 degree. Where is it? There. Only a BA in interactive media studies. But this man, has so many degrees. His entire wall is plastered. So why don't you come and listen to him? I promise you it's going to be fascinating. I have a clip here for you that will let you know more about what to expect. And then, again, we're done for today. Please leave me your comments under the video. Thank you for taking time to tune in. And again, have a wonderful almost weekend.
It's fascinating to me that these laws were ever passed. They were federally encouraged, so a lot of them are very, very similar from one state to the next. And it's got an R next to it, then you have some formal registration requirement. And I'm probably missing some R's here, but I found all the ones I could and put them on. I've even got a few question marks because I've seen some documentation in those states that said a registration was required and then couldn't find the official documentation when I went to look.
I like this Heath Ledger quote from when he was playing the Joker when he says, "It's all part of the plan." That's kind of how you find yourself dealing with all this broker terminology that you don't understand. So
I put the quote up there, "Scare him into it," because I heard this from one of my attendings in residency. And, it came up in multiple contexts where they thought a patient should be doing a certain procedure and the patient didn't want to do it. And the decision to not do it seemed irrational to that attending physician and to many others involved in the patient's care.
ERISA plans, health plans, The IRS would call various plans health plans, insurance plans. These are all defined by different people at different levels, and they are not equivalent. Okay? ERISA is defined by the Department of Labor. Your health plan is defined by the IRS, and your insurance.
And that registration is hopefully with the Board of Medicine. That's who you would talk to first.